Imagine waking up on a freezing winter morning, thousands of years ago. No central heating, no electric blankets, no grocery stores, and no hot showers. Outside, the landscape is covered in snow. The temperature is dropping, food is becoming scarce, and every day feels like a battle against nature itself. Most people assume winter was a season ancient humans simply endured. But the reality is far more fascinating. Winter wasn't just a challenge, it was a test that shaped the human species. And what ancient humans did during winter might completely change how you view their intelligence, resilience, and survival skills. The first thing to understand is that ancient humans didn't wait for winter to arrive before preparing for it. Their winter survival began months earlier. Throughout spring, summer, and autumn, they were constantly gathering resources. They collected firewood, stored animal hides, dried meat, gathered nuts, preserved berries, and prepared shelters. Because once winter arrived, mistakes could become deadly. Unlike modern humans who can drive to a supermarket during a snowstorm, ancient people had to think months ahead. A single harsh winter could mean the difference between survival and starvation. One of the biggest myths about ancient humans is that they spent winter wandering through snow-covered wilderness. In reality, many groups dramatically reduced their movement during the coldest months. Traveling through deep snow consumed enormous amounts of energy that was incredibly valuable when food was limited. Instead, many communities stayed closer to sheltered areas where resources could be managed more efficiently. Some lived in caves, others built shelters from wood, animal bones, stone, and hides. These shelters weren't luxurious, but they were often surprisingly effective. Animal skins acted as insulation. Thick walls blocked icy winds, and carefully designed fires provided both warmth and protection. Speaking of fire, it may have been humanity's greatest winter weapon. Without it, many regions would have been impossible to inhabit. Fire provided heat, light, protection from predators, and a way to cook food. But perhaps most importantly, it provided a gathering place. As darkness arrived earlier each day, people spent more time around fires, telling stories, teaching skills, and passing down knowledge. Many anthropologists believe some of humanity's oldest traditions may have been strengthened during these long winter nights. Imagine sitting beside a fire while snow falls outside, listening to stories that had been told for generations. Stories about successful hunts, dangerous animals, ancient ancestors, and lessons necessary for survival. Winter may have helped create some of the earliest forms of culture itself. But surviving winter wasn't just about staying warm. Food became one of the biggest challenges. During warmer months, plants, fruits, and animals were often easier to find. Winter changed everything. Many plants disappeared, animals migrated, water sources froze, and food became harder to obtain. Ancient humans responded with remarkable adaptability. Some relied on stored food collected throughout the year. Others focused heavily on hunting. Winter could actually make certain animals easier to track. Fresh snow revealed footprints, allowing hunters to follow trails for miles. What looked like an obstacle to modernize sometimes became an advantage. Of course, hunting in winter was incredibly dangerous. A failed hunt wasted precious energy. An injury could be catastrophic. Exposure to extreme cold could kill even experienced hunters. Every decision carried risk. This constant pressure forced ancient humans to become skilled observers. They learned animal behavior, weather patterns, migration routes, and seasonal changes. Their survival depended on understanding nature better than almost anyone today. Another surprising fact is that winter clothing was far more advanced than many people imagine. Ancient humans didn't simply throw animal skins over their shoulders. Over thousands of years, they developed sophisticated techniques for creating warm clothing, including fur-lined garments, layered hides, animal sinew stitching, and insulated footwear. Some archaeological discoveries suggest ancient clothing was carefully designed to trap body heat while still allowing movement. In many environments, these garments were the difference between life and death. Without modern technology, ancient people became masters of natural materials. Every piece of fur, every hide, and every thread served a purpose. Then there was the psychological challenge. Winter wasn't just physically demanding, it was mentally exhausting. Long nights, short days, harsh weather, uncertainty about food supplies, and constant danger tested human endurance. Yet ancient humans adapted. Humans are social creatures, and winter often brought communities closer together. People shared resources, worked collectively, cared for children, protected elders, and supported one another through difficult periods. In many ways, cooperation became one of humanity's greatest survival tools. The strongest individual wasn't always the one who survived. Often, it was the strongest community. This ability to cooperate may be one of the reasons humans succeeded where many other species struggled. We survived not because we were the biggest or the fastest, but because we worked together. Winter revealed the power of that strategy. Interestingly, some researchers believe winter may have accelerated human innovation. When survival becomes difficult, creativity becomes essential. People developed better tools, better clothing, better shelters, and better hunting techniques. Every improvement increased the odds of surviving until spring. Winter forced humans to think ahead, plan ahead, and innovate. The very traits that helped build civilization may have been sharpened during countless winters throughout human history. And perhaps that's the most incredible part of this story. Ancient humans didn't merely survive winter. They mastered it. Year after year, generation after generation, against freezing temperatures, food shortages, predators, and relentless uncertainty. They adapted, they learned, they improved. And because they did, we're here today. The next time you complain about a cold morning or feel annoyed scraping ice off your windshield, take a moment to imagine winter through the eyes of an ancient human. No heater, no electricity, no stocked refrigerator, no guarantee of survival. Just skill, preparation, community, and determination. Winter wasn't just a season. It was one of humanity's greatest tests, and our ancestors passed it again and again, long before the modern world made survival easy.